Welcome back, everyone. For today's video, we are going to be playing against some of the new bots on chess.com. Now, for those of you guys who have not been following the chess news in the world recently, chess.com partnered up with Supercell, which is the creator of the game Clash Royale. As such, we have some Clash Royale themed bots on chess.com, and one in particular stands out to me, and that would be Archer Queen, which is rated 2900. So let's play Archer Queen and see how good of a bot she is and whether I can actually defeat her, or whether it's going to prove to be a very, very difficult, if not impossible task, like when I played against the famous bot Mittens. All right, let's jump right into the action. So we are going to be playing as Archer Queen. Now, as you guys will notice, the board is a little bit different here. This is because of the partnership. However, this is still chess. 4th and 5th rank look kind of weird, but these are still normal squares in the game of chess. All right, so let's start out with e4 here. First game, we're going to play with the white piece. So I'll play 2 games. Let's see how they go. So we get e4, e5. I'm going to play knight f3. Knight c6. Let's go bishop to b5 here. And let's see what it does. We get a6. I'm going to play bishop to a4. And now Archer Queen plays knight f6. Now I have a couple of options. I can castle here, or I can play d3, or I can play the delayed Spanish with bishop takes c6. The delayed exchange, I should say. I'm going to castle here, give it the option to play the open Spanish with knight takes e4. It decides not to and plays bishop e7. So let's go rook to e1, guarding the pawn on e4. Probably will get b5. I'm going to play bishop to b3. Goes d6 here, and now I have a couple of options. So I can play c3 or h3. Now, it just wrote, a strong front line is necessary. Seriously, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine. This is a Clash crossbow, 10mm with over and under 30mm pump action bolt launcher. Now, for a pure chess player like myself, I do not know what this means. However, rumor has it that the famous American Grandmaster Fabiano Caruana actually plays quite a bit of Clash Royale, so probably I should ask him for some advice in terms of what this means. Anyway, back to the game. We get d6. I'm going to play c3 here. So if knight a5, I can retreat the bishop back to c2. It castles, and now I'm going to play h3. And we're playing one of the oldest main lines in the Ruy Lopez. So we get bishop b7 from Archer Queen. Now, this is a move that was played a lot in the 80s and 90s. Anatoly Karpov actually played the Zaitsev system in the Spanish against Garry Kasparov quite a few times. So we get bishop b7. I can play d4. I can play d3. Maybe, I don't think a4 is actually much move, so we have d4, d3. I think I'm going to go slow with d3 here and not play d4 because we are playing a bot after all. So we go bishop c2. It's going to play c5 here. I think I'm going to play knight to d2, maybe knight f1 and knight e3 down the road. So we get knight c6. I'm going to go knight f1, try to reroute my knight to either e3 or g3. And now it does play d5, which is a very, very serious move. Now I can take the pawn, and after queen d5, maybe there's bishop b3. I don't actually know if the sacrifice should be great, but I'm going to go for it here by taking. See if it takes with the queen or the knight. Takes with the queen. Now, first things first, I have knight e3 to hit the queen. I also have bishop b3 hitting the queen as well. So I think I'm going to go bishop b3, rook and knight attack the pawn, bishop attacks the queen. We get queen to d6, and now I think I'm going to go knight g3. Idea to play knight f5, forking the queen and the bishop. And I'm feeling pretty good about my position here. Let's go knight to f5, forking the queen and the bishop. Goes queen d7. I think I'm going to take the bishop on e7. And I'm actually kind of wondering what the bot is doing exactly, because on first glance, I feel like I have a pretty good position after queen e2, pressuring the pawn on e5. It goes rook e8. Now I have knight g5 here. I also have bishop g5 maybe. I think I'm going to go here, pin the knight. And now I feel like with the 2 bishops, I should be doing really, really well. We get h6. I'm going to go bishop h4 back. Let's see what it chooses to play. It goes bishop c8. Now, rook d1 seems like the obvious human move to play here. I'm not really sure what else I have. Maybe I have knight d2, knight e4. Maybe I have a4 here as well. Kind of hard to judge what the options are. My gut says a4 is actually the correct move to go like a4, maybe b4, a5. So let's go a4. Let's get aggressive. There is bishop f5, I just realized, but still shouldn't be too bad. I can just play rook d1 maybe. Maybe bishop c2 is actually better. So the more I'm looking at this, the more that I'm starting to dislike my position, kind of. So I guess I'll play rook d1. Plays queen d6, trying to pressure the pawn on d3. Now, I could just take the pawn on b5. I think it has to be correct. So after takes, 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 I can take the queen. So we trade a set of pawns. Now, I could take on f6 here. Bishop c2 is probably the safest move. So let's go bishop c2. Try to guard the pawn on d3. We got bishop g6 being played. Now, knight to d2 maybe is a move. Quite hard to judge whether it's actually a move or not. Let's think for a second. Knight d2, c4, knight e4 is fine. Knight d2, bishop h5, g4, knight d2, bishop d3, trade, knight e4 looks fine. So let's go knight d2 here. Idea to play knight e4, potentially try to blunt the bishop. Now let's hope I didn't miss something here. I'm going to trade everything off. Let's go knight e4. And I'm threatening to fork the king and the rook. I'm also threatening the rook. We get rook d8. So I think if I play rook d3, takes knight e4, I should not really be able to lose this game. But if I trade and take on c5, that probably gives me better chances to win the game, maybe. Well, first things first, I assume I will trade on d3 because I have to trade the rooks. It takes on d3. Now I have knight f6 or knight c5. Now knight c5 is much safer. So I think I'm going to go for this because knight f6, king g7, knight e4, c4, followed by f5 with rook d2 doesn't feel wonderful. So we get rook d2. So I think I'll go knight e4 and take the pawn. Actually, most likely this is going to be a draw now that I'm looking at the position. Very, very drawish position. I guess I go like knight g4 to attack the pawn. Rook c2. I guess I will just... if I take, there's actually rook b6 at the end. And I probably am fine there, but is that actually an easy draw is a big question mark. Now, if I go rook e3 here, there's f6, rook g3 maybe, which could be good. What am I missing here? I'm going to go rook e3 and rook g3. I must be missing something. Oh, I didn't see e4. Oh, I actually missed e4, and now it's going to be a little bit tricky. Oh, that was actually fairly wrong by me. Wait a second. That was actually really wrong. I completely missed that move. So takes f5, rook e6 is maybe fine. I think I have to take. There's check. Go here. Yeah, I feel like I misplayed this quite a bit. I'm going to go knight e5 and try to trade the knights. Okay, it trades the knights, which I'm actually very thankful for. I was very worried that after knight e5, that it would play like f6 or something. Instead, we get this. Now, I mean, my assumption is this should be a draw. I mean, it's really, really hard to believe that this isn't a draw with the king so passive here. Goes f6. I mean, f4, f5 looks good. Could also play g3 and run the king around, I guess, as well. Let me think about this. I also have g4, maybe. If I go g4, king f7, h4, king e7, h5, king d7 takes, king c7, b4. This should be a draw, but I still have to be quite careful, I think. Goes king g6, and now I think after f4, this should be a pretty safe draw, or h4. Both moves are playable. I think h4 looks like the safer move here. Get king f7. I could just play f4, king e7, g5, and I think that's actually probably the simplest way to draw the game is with just g5. Just get rid of all the pawns here. And I don't really think that I can lose this. Okay, it goes there. I'll go back. See what it does. I think I'm going to draw this game. This one looks like a draw after g5. Let's go g5, force the trades. I guess I take this way, just because now if it goes h5, f5, I get two connected. And yeah, now the game will be a draw. So I have drawn this first game, not the greatest draw ever, but or greatest game ever, but it is still a draw. So we draw the first game with the white pieces. We're just going to run the king back, of course. I'm going to go here and not just take the pawn, because then it will probably play 50 moves, and we'll have to go on forever. Or maybe it's still going to find a way to go on for 50 moves anyway. Well, isn't that a bummer? Okay, well, let's just repeat, I guess. I just keep repeating, and this game will be a draw. Just going to keep repeating. Yeah, this is kind of unfortunate. I assume that it's programmed not to take a draw here. So we're going to draw the first game at any rate. Let's go here. Rook b5 back. Can actually pre-move it. Go here. Trying very hard just to end the game right away rather than making it have to go another 50. Because after takes with rooks still on the board, it will go for another 50 moves. See where we're at. This is move number 60. Move number 69. We'll go rook b5. Actually, no. Maybe I'll go g6 and rook c6 now. Try to guard the pawn. Actually, now the king's getting too close, so I'll just take the pawn. I guess we're going to end up in rook versus rook anyway, but just how it goes. So I'll just move the rook back. Let's start checking. Go here. I hope it will trade. I don't think it will. Yeah, it's not going to trade. It's going to make this game go 15 moves. So we're going to have a game that goes another 40 plus moves, but it is what it is. Let's pre-move rook c7. Yeah, it's kind of annoying that it's programmed to not take a draw here, but so be it. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go check. Let's go check. Let's go here. Offer the trade. Let's block. Go here. Also, you should note some of the technique here that I'm using. Obviously, this is a game without a clock, but the technique is very important, the way that I'm able to make some of these pre-moves. If you're in a situation like this where you can block and you have an instant pre-move that doesn't hang pieces, you should just make this pre-move. Rook c2, very safe, very safe pre-move here. Okay, let's keep rolling. Rook b2. Check. And again, rook b2, another good move when the king goes to b3. Or d3. Let's go here. Like even here, I think I can actually just pre-move rook b3 again, and I can pre-move rook b2 as well. So let's go check. Let's go rook b2. Okay, so first game is going to be a draw. So let's see how we do in the second game with the black pieces. Go check them back to b2, of course. We're somewhere near 110. I feel like we're getting pretty close to 50 moves. I could be wrong on that. Check and back. We're at 115, 116. I can also pre-move rook b3 again. Rook b2 back. Check and back to b2 again. Let's go check, rook b2. Okay. Probably 5 more moves. Okay, game ends in a draw, so we draw the first game with the black piece. Let's move into game number 2. So now Archer Queen plays g3. Now I'm trying to think against a computer what the best system is against g3. I think I'm just going to play a standard like King's Indian type setups, maybe hedgehogs, but actually hedgehogs generally don't work against the fianchetto. So what's a better setup? I don't know what a better setup is, but let's play one of my old setups. Let's play d6, e6, and play a hippopotamus, maybe. I could also go c5 or e5, but I want to keep the position very close. So I think I'm going to play the hedgehog here. Bring out the knights very quickly. Castle the king. Very simple stuff. I'm no amateur. I can see what you're doing. That's a good one. I could play knight d7. I can also play like probably b6 here. There's always some knight e5, but I guess I have c6 here. He goes knight g5, so I go c6. My pawns are a little bit weird here, but... Ooh, he goes bishop f4, so it's getting very aggressive. It wants to go like knight e4 and beat me out of the opening, which looks kind of severe, actually. Kind of really scary, knight e4. Although I guess I have d5, and maybe I'm okay here. Goes knight f3. Can play f6 and put more pawns on the rank. d5 is probably the traditional move, but I also want to keep the position kind of closed, but I don't think I can. So let's go d5. Let's just play in the center of the board here. Let's see what it does. It takes on d5, so... My first assumption is I should take with the c pawn, try to develop the knight to c6 here. Goes b4, which is a very unusual move, not what I was expecting at all. I guess I'll go knight c6, attacking the pawn. Knight a3, what is this? What is this computer doing? This looks dubious to me. It looks highly suspicious. This just doesn't look right. I mean, if this is actually good for it, so be it. But this looks very suspicious. So I can play a6 here. Knight c7, rook a7, bishop c7, queen d7. I'm just double checking to make sure I'm not blundering something, because I feel like this... What am I must be missing something here, but so I'm going to play, because I want to try to understand what it's doing. Goes knight d6, so I mean, what is this? So if I go knight c6, am I not just... I am not just up a pawn here. I mean, I can play bishop d7. But then maybe there's knight b7 forcing a draw. If I go here, there's knight b7 forcing a draw. I mean, it forces a draw, but 2 draws is not a bad result. Do I make the draw or not? I think I probably should, so I'm going to go here. I'm not sure it's going to take the draw, but I feel like I should definitely give it the option to take the draw. So it goes h4, logical. Knight c8's a move. Rook a7 also maybe a move. H6 also maybe a move. Don't really believe it, so I think I'm going to go here with the idea of knight c8 to trade off these knights, because now there's no knight b7. So if I go knight c8, what am I missing? Again, I feel like I'm so close to making a huge blunder in this game. It's so nerve-wracking. But I'm going to go for it anyway. Probably going to trade. I take with a queen. It has like knight e5, or it goes h5. Okay, reasonable move. Can play like queen d8 or queen e8. Queen d8 actually looks correct here, simply because bishop d6, there's going to be something on the bishop, I feel like. So it goes rook d1. Let's go queen e7 maybe. Somehow I feel like I've got a decent position. I don't know if I actually do, but I feel like I've got a decent position. We get h6. I guess its idea is to play knight e5. This feels very actually alpha zero-ish, to be honest. This feels really alpha zero-ish. Go bishop h8. No, I think actually my position is just terrible. There's going to be something bad happening. I can already tell. Something bad is going to happen here if I don't get really aggressive, really active immediately. So I'm going to go knight a5, idea bishop b5. Yeah, it gets e4. I mean, I've got to get really active in a hurry. And I don't think I'm in time here. After e4, I do have knight c4 maybe. It looks decent, so I'm going to play it. Rook e1, maybe queen d8. I feel like I'm hanging by a very thin thread here. Very, very thin thread. Bishop g5. Now I could play bishop f6 to trade. I can also go f6. Queen b8 looks scary-ish, but I think I kind of have to do it. I think I'm just getting outplayed this game by the computer, to be honest. Or not. Wait. It's no. Oh, it doesn't take the draw. I was wondering if it might take a threefold. It doesn't take the threefold. Now, b5 looks like it has to be the correct move just to hold the knight. Let's go back. It might. I think it. Oh, now it goes to because now my bishop on h8 is kind of dead. Oh, actually, I have a real problem here. I might just be. Yeah, I think I am just technically lost. But let's keep going. Let's go a5. Try to push the pawns on the queen side. Maybe like rook c7, rook c6 or something. But I have a bad feeling about this. I have a really bad feeling about this position. Because I'm basically playing with a dead bishop. But on the other hand, while I'm playing with a dead bishop, I do have these pawns on the queen side, which I should be able to push. If I go queen e7, queen b3, no, it should be okay. Goes knight f3. Somehow I feel like I've got a kind of an okay position here that I don't deserve. Goes rook b1. Wait, do I have a chance to beat it maybe? I feel like maybe I'm going to get some chance. Let's go b4. Let's start pushing everything on the queen side. And knight a3 maybe? Trying to get as aggressive as I can. Bishop takes c6 is also a move here to go knight c4, but rook c6 looks correct. Just fundamentally looks correct. Let's go queen e8. Rook c1 back. So now, I mean, more pieces coming off the board. Really kind of hard to believe that I'm actually losing anymore. I have bishop b5, and I can trade and go knight c4. Like, I know that... I don't know if I'm actually losing anymore. I don't feel like I am somehow. I was sure I was losing earlier. Now I'm really unsure if I'm losing. I think I might even be winning. Let's go here. Maybe I should have just played a4 right away. Or not. Oh, I think I actually missed. I think I should have played a4 right away. Goes knight d2. Okay, so if I take, it takes the queen. I always have an f6 somewhere in here. I feel like this should somehow be okay, but... this isn't clear. This really is actually very, very unclear. So if I go f6, knight c4, dc4 is fine. If I go f6, takes, king f7, queen f4, queen b7, queen d6, b3. Also, it's worth noting that if I trade the knights here, for example, after takes f6, f4, like takes, f6, f4, my bishop never gets in the game. So that's why I think I have to play f6 here. But can I actually win or not is the question. And it's a big question. I don't know if I can, but I think f6 has to be played. Hopefully I'm not losing. So it takes with the bishop. Wow, that I did not expect. Am I missing something here? Wait a second. Why do I feel like I'm actually going to win this game? Wait a second. Wait a second. If I take, go king f7, queen c2, queen d7 or something. Wait. Ooh, somehow I feel like I should be winning this. I don't know why I feel like I should be winning, but I feel like I should be winning. I go queen b7, f7. f7 takes queen f4, king e7, queen e5, king d7. I think I'm going to trust my instinct that I can trade and then go queen b7. Very, very hard to judge. Extremely hard to judge whether I can actually win this. Okay, I think this is correct. Oh, but it could throw an f7 first. It doesn't. Okay, so now the question is, do I play queen b7 or do I go king f7? If I go king f7, queen c2. He's threatening this and the pawn. So I go here, here, and then queen d7. Maybe that's okay. Or do I play queen b7? But queen b7 first, there's going to be f7 takes queen f4, and the queen's getting in every which way, and that might be winning, but I'm not sure. King e7, queen f6, b3. I think it's actually winning. My gut says that this is winning somehow, but can I actually figure it out is the question. And I'm really not sure. So if I'm not sure, then I should probably trust my instinct to just play king f7 with queen d7. Maybe, but not. It's also b3. Wait, b3 takes. Queen f4, queen b7, f7, king f8. No, that's terrible. So b3 is no good. So it's either king f7 or it's queen b7 here. Interesting. I think I'm gonna play queen b7. I think this is correct. Goes f7. That's what I expected. Now I assume if I go king f8, there's nothing. So I have to take. This much is clear. It's gonna go check. This much is clear. I go king e7, queen here, king d7, and can't really lose. I don't think, but can I actually win? Is the question. And also after this queen e5, king d7, there's also queen h8 to hit the pawn, which king c6, queen e8. Queen d7 is not working. So I think I misplayed this. I'm beginning to wonder if king f7 and queen d7 was a way to try to win this. I think I'm still going to draw the game, but I'm not going to... I think the chances of winning are pretty much... Well, maybe not. If I go king g8, there's queen e5, which is a huge problem. Queen e5, queen e7. I mean, king e7, king d7, queen h8 is a huge issue. I didn't see queen h8 initially. And I don't think I have a way to win this. Queen h8, king c6. I guess I have to go for it. So let's go here. Let's go here. Run the king up. It's going to play queen h8. I'm going to go here on queen d7 and then like king b6. Or king b5. Queen f8. Oh, very good move from the computer. Queen f8 is an excellent move. Oh, that's an excellent move. And now I think I have to force a draw with queen b7. If I go queen d6, maybe? No, I think I have to force a draw. I wonder if I was winning in this game somehow. Kind of curious. It's gonna make a draw here. So we're gonna draw both games against this bot. I feel like I missed something in this game. Yeah, let's take a look at the game review. I feel like I missed something there. I don't know. I feel like I missed something. Let's see. Let's take a look at the analysis quickly. So, okay. So, okay, goes here. Zeros. Okay, it's giving me a small edge. Okay. So king f7 was the best move, and after queen c2, I'm supposed to play queen d7, f4, king f6, and queen c5, and the game's still a draw. Okay, so the game's still a draw no matter what I do. I thought it was actually much worse if I go back. If I go back to this position, I'm kind of curious. I go here. Oh, I actually was much better here. Oh, knight takes d4, which apparently is very strong. I don't know why I didn't play this. I assume there was some trick like bishop h6. Oh, I just take, and I take d4, and I'm just doing well. I assume there was some tactic here. There's no tactic. So apparently I'm better, but I go here. But now I'm already in some trouble, right? H6. I'm or not in some trouble. I'm actually wait, I'm actually just in really bad shape here. Computer's giving white a big advantage. Or maybe it's not. It's saying 1 plus 1.32. I actually I don't understand what because the what the computer says in the evaluation compared to what it's saying in the lines doesn't make sense. But at any rate, I was worse, but then somewhere around here it made a mistake, right? Okay, queen c2 is wrong, b5, a5, rook c7. So knight g5, rook c6, not best. And it looks like, I mean, maybe I was a little bit better for a few moves, maybe, but probably nothing super spectacular, nothing to write home about. So we played 2 games against the Archer Queen bot. My general assessment is it's a good bot, much like most of the other bots that are not rated like 3,500, the ones that aren't actually just carbon copies of Stockfish, Torch, or AlphaZero Leela type engines. Is that it's pretty good, but it does make some minor inaccuracies the longer the game goes on. So if a top GM plays against these bots, I think we have chance to draw, maybe even win a game due to some of the inaccuracies. Sort of when you look at Archer Queen bot, very specifically, it sort of lost focus in the late middle game. Like it just lost its focus and concentration. I almost was able to win the second game. So it does make mistakes, but it's still a very strong bot. And I'll probably play it some more to see if I can actually beat it in one of these videos. But at any rate, you guys, that's going to do it for today. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video of me playing against the new Archer Queen bot as part of the partnership between chess.com and Supercell. And I'll be back with some more great YouTube videos pretty soon. So make sure to hit that subscribe button below, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.